Previously on Star Trek Morningstar.
Fucking time travel. Gabriel always swears off it, and I know why. I always wondered why he passed on Clementine as an officer.
She's your resident crew member from the future, isn't she? My concern is that somehow your commander from the future might have known about these things and their significance. And if that's the case, what else might she know?
Hello, Captain, and welcome to Nimbra V. We're happy to have you here as honored guests.
Starfleet has already tried to get them to leave the planet plenty of times. What makes them think this time will be any different?
If you're going to try and get us to leave, then you might as well go. Because nothing is going to...
Actually, despite the orders I've been given, we're going to do what we can to improve the orbital defense grid. But if that grid isn't ready for whatever reason, you will be evacuated.
We can replace all of these with spares from the Morningstar. Yep, upgrading this shouldn't be a problem. Hang on.
Something wrong?
Upgrading the grid is going to be harder than we thought.
The generator that powers the grid is out of date. We can quite easily upgrade the components, but the generator itself isn't pumping out enough power to run the upgrade. If we do upgrade this, then we'll have to find a way to increase that generator's output.
An hour ago, I found this. It's on the other side of the planet and is by far the biggest source of power on the planet.
Sir, if we linked that power source to the command station, we'll have more than enough power to run the upgrades.
We should get about 350 ships.
Are there any available starships nearby who can lend a hand?
But the only one worth coming and getting here in time is the Interceptor.
Shit. Have you seen the tricorder readings from that thing? Well, step 1, find the power cord done. Now step 2, how to connect it to the command station.
This console displays the relay system that links the core to different areas of the planet.
And I assume this is the lift that connects Orbital Grid Command to the surface?
USS Morningstar, I am Captain Patel of the Interceptor.
There we go. The last compensator's been installed.
Captain's log, stardate 25110306.15. After 2 days of figuring out how to fix and prepping the orbital grid, all repair teams have begun the upgrade. We've also started to detect Starfleet transport ships warping in just outside the system.
Commander Unor.
Captain? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be helping with the repairs on the station?
Me? Not at all. I'm many things, Commander, and engineer is not one of them.
Ah, I see.
Commander, I want you to know that... Unor. I want you to know that you're a great person.
You already said so, Captain. On the bridge, when we were talking about the energy core.
That's not what I mean. I mean, yes, you are a brilliant officer, but I'm talking not as a Starfleet captain who's congratulating an officer for doing a good job, but as a citizen of the Federation and a fellow Vulcan who admires you for being you.
Really? So you don't look at me with disgust and disappointment?
No, I don't.
Why not? I've abandoned the path of logic. I'm learning to embrace my emotions and desires. I don't get it.
Would you rather I did despise you?
Well, of course not. I'm just surprised. You are the first Vulcan in Starfleet who has shown me any kind of respect.
Really? The first?
Yeah.
Idiots. Unor, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of Vulcans would probably deflect. Our people are living in the past. Vulcan is part of the Federation and Starfleet, factions that are filled with loads of different species that make rash choices based on their feelings. It is very likely that more and more Vulcans are going to want to experience what the rest of the Federation call the norm.
But Starfleet and the Federation are based on peace, equality, and acceptance. It's a principle of the Federation to accept different cultures, no matter how odd we think they are.
2 words. Evolution and influence.
I'm listening.
Evolution. Okay. Earth and humans. Centuries ago, humans were in conflict with each other about more things than I can mention. From what I know, and you can correct me on this, certain humans used to feel as if they weren't simply male or female, like the same gender as themselves.
You mean LGBTQ+? Lesbian, gay, bisexual...
Exactly. And at first, people who weren't gay weren't accepted for being gay.
Do you know why?
Not exactly, no.
Back in the day, certain humans followed different religions, and in some of those religions, being gay, or having relations with the same sex as yourself, or simply not being straight, was a sin. And being a sinner was highly frowned upon. But go on, continue.
So people didn't publicly announce that they were LGBTQ+, because they wouldn't be accepted for it. But over time, they evolved to be more accepting of the LGBTQ+ people. I mean, yes, it did take them a while to stop discriminating against people as a species, but my point still stands. Then you have influence, and I'll say it again because living in a place that has a lot of emotion, feeling, and desire, more and more Vulcans are likely to want to experience what everyone else calls the norm. Do you see where I'm coming from?
I guess. It's definitely a nice thought. But it's just as likely that, yes, Vulcans will explore emotions and feelings, but they may not be able to handle it. I struggled a lot when I started exploring myself. It didn't help that I was on a station with other Vulcans who couldn't bear to talk to me. It was only my own perseverance, and Micheal, that I was able to get to grips with it.
Right. That's something else I wanted to talk to you about. You and the captain. Not a bad match. How'd that happen?
Well, it started when we met each other on board Starbase 145. I was there a few weeks before he got there. We hadn't seen each other until he saw some other Vulcans getting in my way. So there I was, trying to go about my day, trying not to take any notice of these assholes, when all of a sudden, Micheal intervenes and politely tells them to get lost. And from then on, he was always there for me. And even when I was given new assignments off station, he requested to go with me to make sure I was okay. Funny thing was, he was the only person who did anything to help me. No one else did.
That's some devotion right there.
The only time we've been apart from each other was the 5 years before Morningstar. We were on different assignments, but then he asked me to be his first officer on this ship. And here we are.
Have you guys thought about how this will affect your careers? For example, if one of you has to send the other one on a dangerous mission.
No. I don't think we have.
Well, not to be rude, but I think that's something you should talk about. Right, well, I'd love to stay and chat, but I have a few reports to make to Starfleet. Also, if you ever want to talk, you know my name and my ship. Call me, okay?
Okay, sure. See ya.
Micheal, how's it going?
Alright, the real work hasn't started yet, but it's fine so far.
What do you mean the real work hasn't started yet?
Well, as this thing hasn't had much work done to it in a while, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be taken out, and we can't just rip it out.
How long will it take?
Shouldn't take more than a day, 2 tops.
Understood. Keep me apprised of your progress.
Will do, sir. Chief Engineer's log, stardate 25110307.12. For the past 2 days, myself and the repair teams have been working round the clock to get the grid upgraded. Even the captain stepped in a few times to put his engineering skills to good use. So far, we've just been taking out the old stuff and putting the new stuff in, but soon we'll be able to start bringing the grid back online.
Lieutenant, how's it going? Is the grid ready to come online yet?
If by online, sir, you mean ready to start trial runs, then yes.
Trial runs?
Well, Captain, because this place is so big and it hasn't been updated to this degree in donkey's years, the chances of it coming online and working properly are 1 in 1,000 until I can smooth out all the kinks.
Okay, very well. It's just we have about 10 hours until the storm arrives, and I'm batshit terrified we aren't gonna make it.
Sir, have faith, okay? I can do this.
Okay. I'll let you get back to it.
Really? Do you realize how long working out the kinks is going to take?
Did you hear what I said to the captain?
Yes.
Then there you go.
So, how's it going?
Alright.
Doesn't sound like it.
It's just Micheal. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have full faith in him that he can finish the job. It's just the job itself is a tight job in terms of time constraints. How did it go with Tanner after our call the other day?
Well, he was pissed. He doesn't understand why Quinn let me promote you, but if he didn't despise you then, he definitely does now.
How so?
Michael, do you know how much attention this mission has gotten?
No. No, I don't.
Well, let's just say that beforehand, everyone's attention was on the relief efforts. Now their attention is also on you.
Really?
Yes. Everyone was aware of the original plan for Nimbra V. Maybe not an easy one, but a nice and quick evacuation plan. Then they get word that the Starfleet captain assigned to that mission decides to try and fix the orbital grid. Michael, that choice you made was a large undertaking, and because of that, you are being watched and admired. Even Quinn is watching, and his focus should be on the relief efforts.
You mean Admiral Quinn?
Yes, and Tanner is not happy with any of this.
Shit.
And all I have to say is, well done, and great work.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Come.
Michael, Micheal has... Oh, sorry, you're on a call. I'll wait till you're finished.
No, it's fine. I believe we were finished, right?
Yes. And as always, Michael, keep me updated. Mineo out.
Right then, so, what is it you wanted?
Well, firstly, I was just talking to Captain Patel.
You did? Was it okay?
It was fine. She accepts me for who I am. She even thinks that more Vulcans should be like me.
Interesting perspective. And good that she accepts you. And the second thing?
We've just had contact from Micheal. He is confident that he can finish the job, but he has confirmed that it's gonna be a close call. Sandre has also given an update on the storm. It will arrive in 7 hours.
I think we need to start transporting people to the transport ships, just in case. Come on. Jason, contact the Overseer. Tell him it's urgent. And then contact Captains Yofosa and Patel, and tell them to stand by for the order to start the evacuation.
Aye, sir. I have the Overseer on comms, Captain.
On screen.
Captain, you wanted to speak to me?
That's right. Overseer, we've just heard from our teams at Orbital Grid Command, and they report that fixing the grid is going to be a close call. Even though our chief engineer says that he can get the job done in time, I still think it's wise to at least start evacuating people.
I was afraid it would come to this. Captain, under normal circumstances, we wouldn't leave, no matter what happens. But after all the help you've given us, I think it would be wrong not to cooperate with you on this. I will make the announcement to my people as soon as I can.
Thank you. We'll start sending in the transport ships. Morningstar out.
Sir, Captain Yofosa is standing by.
And Patel?
Has informed the Interceptor to await your orders, Captain.
Shouldn't you be on the Interceptor? Awaiting my orders?
Maybe. But for reasons I shan't go into in our current company, I would request to remain on board the Morningstar.
Understood. Request accepted.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, if you want to, you can sit here next to me and have that third chair used for a change.
Very well.
Captain's log supplemental. The last 7 hours are almost up, and the Interceptor and the transport ships are well underway with the evacuations. Lieutenant Stella has reported that he encountered a small setback, but will be able to finish. And seeing as there's 45 minutes left, and nothing on our end to report to Starfleet, and they're also watching the events unfold, all eyes and hope that the mission is a success now lie on Micheal.
Has it been mentioned already how tense this situation is?
Probably. But preach it all you want, sister. How long left, Sandre?
Half an hour, sir.
Fuck it. Jason, hail him now.
Aye.
Hey, Rennell, keep that current steady or you'll blow out the whole damn relay system.
Here's the report, sir.
Thanks. Try increasing the isolinear matrix efficiency by 25%. Stellar here.
Micheal, we have around 30 minutes left. What is your status?
You should be almost finished here, Captain.
Damn! Commander Zakrill, we have a problem.
On second thought, stand by, Captain. What's the problem?
It's the conductive relay, sir. It's just not relaying the power to the other systems, and don't start with the whole, you need to keep the energy current levels at a constant. We tried that, and it didn't work. We can't do it.
Damn. Alright, in that case, let's pack up and get out of here as soon as possible. Morningstar, this is Zakrill. Prepared to transport us back.
Understood, Clementine. You've all done fine work over there.
Alright, come on, Micheal, let's go before it's too late. Micheal, come on, let's go. Stella? Lieutenant, we need to leave now. That's an order.
No, not yet. I've not done all this work to stop and give up now when we're so close.
Micheal!
Hold it for a second, you two. Sandre, how long now?
Just over 20 minutes, sir.
Micheal? We have just over 20 minutes until the storm gets here. You have 15 of those minutes to get this done. When those 15 minutes are up, we're pulling you out of there, whether you finished or not, and not a second later. Is that understood?
Loud and clear, sir.
Alright, Clementine, when you're ready to come aboard, just give the word. Clementine? Commander, you there?
Shit. No need for that, Captain. I'm remaining on the station to assist the Lieutenant.
What? No, you can't do that.
If you can risk your life for these people, then so can I. Besides, the job could be done a lot quicker with an extra pair of hands.
Alright, then fine. If you're gonna stay and help, then I would be grateful if you could go over to that access panel and keep the energy current flow at a stable constant.
Clementine, are you sure about this?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Best of luck. Morningstar out.
Right then, let's get to it.
They should have left by now. The storm is only 20 minutes away. Why is the Morningstar still there? Captain Hunter is in violation of Starfleet protocol and regulations by still being there. Oh yes. I forgot about your little deal with Quinn. I assigned him to that mission, and I'm pulling him out. It's Starfleet regulation, and that's a rule book not to be ignored. Lieutenant, hail the Morningstar.
Belay that.
Excuse me?
Putting aside my deal with Quinn. If the Morningstar is still there, that means that someone is still on that planet trying to help it. And that means that everyone on board the Morningstar will be stressed to shit and be in no mental stability or position to talk to you. if you want to hail them, fine. Just don't expect it to last.
Hail that ship now!
Captain, we're being hailed.
Whoever it is, they can wait.
No response, sir.
What did I tell you?
Open a channel to that ship! USS Morningstar, this is Admiral Richard Tanner. By remaining at Nimbra V, you are violating Starfleet regulations. Therefore, you are ordered to leave the area immediately.
Jason, could you...
Yes, sir. You're on.
Sorry, Tanner. Now's the worst time for anyone, especially you, to be hailing us. Close channel.
Again, what did I tell you?
Fine. Then he leaves me no choice.
No choice?
Lieutenant Marino, I want you to access the Starfleet shipyard database and find the Morningstar's prefix code.
What?
If the captain won't come back himself, I'll make him come back. Find the code.
Belay that. Do you seriously have that much of a personal grudge against him that you can't just have a little faith?
You may be his commanding officer, but I'm your commanding officer, and like I said a second ago, I assigned the Morningstar to that mission. Therefore, I am in complete jurisdiction here, so Ensign, find that code now!
You know, there's one man who overrules you, and he's been watching the progress of this mission. And given that he's the one the deal was made with, and that I bet he knows about your relationship with Hunter, I wouldn't be surprised if he's currently listening in on our little convo.
As if...
Sir, we just received a message from Admiral Quinn at Starbase 1.
What does it say, Marino?
She's right, Tanner. Leave the Morningstar to complete her mission.
Told you. Ensign, ditch the prefix code. There's no need for it anymore.
Sandre, how long do they have left?
5 minutes, sir.
Hail them.
I can see that current flow dropping. Hold it steady.
I'm doing my best, alright?
This is Lieutenant Stellar, whoever it is, now in a good time.
Micheal, I'm letting you know you have 5 minutes left. But from now on, we're keeping this call line open.
I've almost stabilized the energy flow. Just give me a second. Got it. Energy flow stabilized.
Okay, good. Now keep it like that. Alright, then you bastard relay. Come on, you can do this. I've just gotta connect this to that. Come on! Jeez, it can't reach.
Micheal?
This wire, it's too short. I can't connect the relay to the connection point.
You said. We've come too far to give up now. Come on. On 3, we'll both pull, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, pull! Again! 1, 2, 3, pull!
1 minute, Captain.
Sir, Captain Yofosa and Commander Hillman report successful evacuation. They're awaiting your orders.
Tell them to get out of here as fast as they can.
Yes, sir.
They're not gonna make it.
Of course they are. They're damn fine officers. 2 of the best in Starfleet.
She's right, Michael. Like Micheal says, have faith.
25 seconds left.
Come on. We're almost there. I can feel it. Come on.
20 seconds. 15 seconds.
Another one. Pull.
10, 9, 8.
Again.
7, 6.
Pull.
5, 4.
We did it!
3,
It's in! The grid's online!
1.
Pull them out of there, now! Seth, get us the fuck out of here!
You'll get no argument from me, Captain.
We have them!
Punch it!
Did it work? Did you get it?
Well, the last thing I saw was everything lighting up, so I hope it worked.
Coming out of warp, sir.
Can we get a visual of the planet?
It may take me a few minutes, but I think I can get you a visual.
Can you not just patch into one of the orbital satellites?
Yes, but I'll have to reconfigure the sensor arrays on the satellite to receive live images. At the moment, it's only able to send sensor data.
Understood. Will you need any help?
If Commander Zakril could assist me, that would make it easier.
Okay, Clementine, assist Sandre. Oh, and by the way, just because you're a junior officer, Sandre, doesn't mean you don't have the same rights as the rest of us to address others by their first name.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. 5 minutes until contact, just to let you know.
Thank you, Sandre.
Marino, is there any way we can get a visual on that planet?
There is a satellite being used by the Morningstar, but it's out of our range.
Contact the Morningstar. Ask if they can send us the satellite footage. But just message them. Don't hail them.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, we've just received a message from Admiral Maneo at Starbase 50.
What does she want?
She's requesting we send them the satellite footage of Nimbra.
Of course. Send it to them.
Aye, sir.
Okay, we should be able to give you a picture now. Here it goes. There it is. There's Nimbra. With about a minute left.
Thank you, Sandre. Now we just wait.
Wait, look. There's some sort of glow around the planet. I think that's the grid.
Correct. It's definitely online, now it just has to work.
It will. I'm sure of it. It will. It will, right?
Yes. Yes, it will. I'm sure of it too.
Alright, coming up to our last 60 seconds.
This is it.
It's the final countdown.
Pun intended.
What?
Never mind. I'll explain later.
40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact! The storm's passed.
The storm is still in the way of the satellite. We can't see Nimbra.
Is Nimbra still there?
Congratulations, Mr. Stella. Nimbra lives on.
Well done, Micheal. You've already gone and fucking done it. Both of you. Clementine as well.
Captain, I appreciate you including me in this, but Mitchell deserves it more. He did practically all of it.
In that case, I think it's time I opposed you this time.
What do you mean?
What I did would not have been possible without you. If you weren't there, I would most likely be dead in a floating pile of rocks.
How could I argue with that?
Well, nevertheless, it was a team effort, and you're both getting recognition for it.
Captain Yofoso wants to know if you can bring back the refugees.
Absolutely.
Oh, and Overseer Donrick wishes to come on board.
Again, absolutely. Captain's Log Supplemental. This will be my final log entry for the Nimbra V mission. After a successful repair of the orbital weather and defense grid by Micheal and Clementine, the Nimbrans are being taken home. In the meantime, Overseer Donrick has requested to see us.
Firstly, I just want to say thank you to all of you. All of Nimbra owes you a debt of gratitude. Thank you. But you two, I can't even begin to find the right words to thank you enough for what you've done. For risking your lives to save a planet that you may have barely known about. So thank you. From the bottom of our hearts. And you, in fact, all of you are welcome here again if you ever return.
Thank you. Well and truly thank you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. And you're welcome. This sort of thing is why we signed up for Starfleet. Not just to pretty sights, but also helping people. Rico, could you escort the Overseer to the transport room?
Yes, sir. This way, please.
Jidge, good job out there. Well done.
Thanks. That was by far the fastest evacuation I've ever done. And thank you for your interceptor's assist, Captain.
You are very welcome, Yofosa.
Well, as much as I'd love to stay and chat, I do have a schedule to keep to. See you around.
Sir, someone in the neighborhood dropped by and wanted to say hello.
Hunter?
Gabriel, what an unexpected pleasure. What are you doing here?
Well, as Lieutenant Reynolds said, I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd drop by. I was keeping up with the news about your mission. Well done.
Thank you. Very kind. But Micheal and Clementine are the real heroes.
Ah, yes. I'll have to congratulate them later then. I don't believe we've been introduced. Captain Gabriel Carver of the Venture.
I've heard a lot about you. I'm Captain Patel of the Interceptor.
Very nice to meet you, Captain. Does she know about Uno?
She does. In fact, Patel here admires her.
You're talking about Commander Unor, I presume.
Yes, we are.
It's true. It's something that I wish all Vulcans had a bit of.
Patel, could you give me and Gabriel a minute?
Of course. In fact, I'm on assignment, so I must depart. Very good to meet you both, and I hope that we bump into each other again soon.
Likewise. Gabriel, come with me to my ready room, please.
Sure.
Alright, okay. Carver, do you really have that much of a problem with Clementine that you don't want to have just a simple conversation with her?
I'm not entirely sure what you're getting at.
You know, yes. I'll have to congratulate them then. Later. Did you think I wouldn't notice?
Is it a problem, Michael? Do I have to want to spend any time with your officer?
Okay. I know that you're not fond of her, and would rather have as little to do with her as possible. And admittedly, I do have my doubts as well. But she hasn't shown any suspicious behaviour, and above all else, she is a member of my crew. And yes, that scenario with the Borg a few weeks back was odd, but that doesn't change the fact that I trust her and have faith in her.
I get that. She's a member of your crew, of course, you have faith in her. I'm just saying that I don't trust her. And as far as I'm concerned, that's my business.
I know. To be honest, I'm not surprised that a captain with an intelligence officer in his senior staff is paranoid, let's say, about a biodroid from the future with Borg technology inside her serving on one of the most advanced ships in the Starfleet.
Michael, I will allow you to take a moment to consider the irony of you complaining about my opinion of your crew member when you just made an assertion about a member of mine.
I don't have an opinion about your crew member, but I know intel officers. I know the sort of...
I don't need my officers to put ideas in my head. I'll thank you to reconsider your assumptions, Captain.
And I'll thank you to consider that I have to keep my officer's safety in hand. In case that paranoia of yours makes you violent towards her, no matter what our friendship is, I will protect her in any way I can.
What did you just say to me?
You heard.
What kind of officer do you take me for? How dare you presume for a moment that my personal feelings would in any way override my duty to the service or to my crew? I am no Maxwell, sir.
You're right. You're right. And I apologize. But there is something more to your issue with her than professionalism.
You may well be right about that. But it's my business, and it will not interfere with the performance of my duties. Captain.
I didn't mean to insult your professionalism. I'm just worried.
Quite. I think it's time for me to go now. Until next time, Captain.
Bugger. Until next time.